All right, and they're going to be playing levels 6 through 9. So you're going to be seeing a lot of navigation of open space, a lot of dealing with bad RNG, of course, as this game gives you. So we have readies from our players, and 3, 2, 1, and pills.
Oh, then we're off to the races. Oh
Pew,
yeah, let's go here. Dave immediately dropping that red at the very bottom here, not going for the obvious play, but these players are going to have to maneuver and weave their pills out. I don't think Dave wanted to place that yellow red there. Perhaps it's something that he's going to have to really tackle or use it for something useful down the road here.
Yeah, he does drop that garbage down a little bit. Now, Atalito is going to need a lot of red going for the beginning of this board, and there's a lot of red up high, so he may have to take some drop time or build some platforms. But if we know anything about Atalito, it's his patience. And look at this beautiful drop cross there. And of course, the garbage falling, not at all a problem.
Yeah, excellent utilization. He had 7/8 of his board with a predominantly red top line, and he was trying to figure out how to advance the board here. He strategically created a sweet tea at the bottom and used some of that garbage to really utilize and make sure it was an efficient set of plays here. I like what he's going to do with this red, yellow on top. If he gets a blue horizontal, he's going to drop that yellow down. Let's see if he goes for that. It's not really prioritizing it, so not really that big of a deal here. But looks to me like he has a dozen virus lead over DaveSmithSays, our 16 seed.
But as soon as Dave drops this blue down, he's going to have a beautiful drop L, yeah, there to the center of the board. And you see he's got some setups. He took that yellow horizontally, and those are not easy to do up high. You have to have some advanced planning, of course. There's a lot of doubles here for Dave Smith to work with. He's 11 viruses back, but a good start for him after a shaky misdrop really sort of slowed him down there. Adelito out at a 129.
Excellent time. Players are trying to earn a 130-ish to 140-ish out of the first level here, and Atalito getting a really excellent time getting us level 1 here. Meanwhile, Dave stuck with a glut of blues just to really advance the board, and the Doc not giving the blues that red, yellow, and now, well, there's a blue right there, but yeah, Dave's going to need a lot of blues in order for him to catch up to the storm that Atalito's putting on.
hmm Yeah, and Adelito trying to work horizontally, it looks like on a bunch of these things, you see that there are a bunch of doubles possible on this board. A lot of them require that horizontal plan to work, but it looks like he's setting up a double blue vertical short stack combo. So if that double blue comes, and of course it's the rarest pill out there, he's going to be ready for it to drop down and start clearing yellow. Meanwhile, Dave Smith says out of his level 6, beginning his level 7.
Yeah, and he got out at a 206 there. And so since he had a lot of blues stacked over here, players will have to sniff out and figure out how they can clear the predominant color line. In the case of DaveSmithSays, he had a predominantly blue top line. So granted, he was not able to get the blues. It was a matter of DaveSmithSays trying to piece together some doubles and triples to really make efficient play of the blues here. And he did exactly that at the very end, clearing out horizontally. But it's worth noting that DaveSmithSays really closed the gap here. He's only 3 viruses down from Atalito.
Yeah, Adelito, if you've noticed, this is a rare instance for him. Really been spinning his wheels, trying to get the plans going. His epic combos, it's just not really happening with the pills coming in that order. Notice he is setting up and he's able to drop down into this combo, but it just took a long time to get there. It gave Dave a lot of opportunity to catch up. Very, very important for Dave at the moment.
Yeah, this is exactly what Dave was hoping for. In order for him to capitalize on the pills that were not coming towards Adelito's way, Dave just needed one red to get out here, and he's out at a 329, which is not too bad of a deficit considering that Adelito got out with 3 and some change here. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at Adelito, signaling that he's probably going to clear those blues out horizontally as soon as he drops that red blue down. Does he take it? Yes, indeed he does.
Mhm.
Drops it down. I think taking that drop time is worth it.
Yeah, definitely, because he is possibly setting up for a horizontal with those blues at the bottom. But really, any kind of garbage matching up with a virus that's down there is going to be good because Adelito has that great vision down the board. So it's about 19 to 26, same deficit as when they exited the level. And Dave's got a little bit of diversity. Nice tuck there with that blue horizontal, 2 in a row. Very nice tucks.
And then when we say that, Dave Smith says to actually take the lead. Now, since tied it up here, so
Mm.
this is really a back and forth match, or absolute rubber neck match between these two players here. Meanwhile, Dave with a little bit of a spire in the center here. He just needs a little bit of blues to really make some other damage with that. Not really sure if he wanted to maneuver that yellow. Okay, there he goes. Now he is going to maneuver that yellow over into that 8th column. Meanwhile, Dave dropping some reds and blues down. I like that efficient drill down. A little bit slow, but I think that is the smart play for this end game for Dave Smith says.
Yeah, and that made a nice horizontal there, which means there's going to be possibilities for very low drop clears with this red there in the center of the board. 5 viruses for Dave, 3 viruses for Atalito. Now 1 virus just needs one more piece of red. And speaking of red, that is what Dave really needs. You notice he's setting up this horizontal, which is going to be great there. And it just needs a couple more blues, one more red, and he will be out. Atalito, though, starting on this level 9, needs a ton of blue and yellow right now.
Yeah, he's going to have to use some of those reds really strategically. Excellent drop down with that. I actually didn't see it until I glanced over, and he used that red to create zero garbage on his top line. Very heads up play from Atalito. I think he is going to signal that yellow down as soon as he gets the right pills. He is going to drop it down, turning that blue into something useful as well. Is Atalito looking a couple layers down when he had no real need for the red virus pill halves here? Meanwhile, take a look at Dave. He's got an interesting side to 7th and 8th column. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to utilize that to his advantage. It's yellow and reds and kind of a cascading pattern. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to turn that into something useful, but we'll see how it plans out.
Yeah, that looks like some very tricky formations. I think I saw some hesitation earlier in the level where he was thinking about where to put that. He didn't know where to put it on top of a blue. Really nice combo for him, though, there. So, but I think there are ways to avoid this situation on the right-hand side. We'll just have to see what he is going to do. But now that's given Adelito the chance to open up the lead again. 8 viruses ahead.
Yes, and Spades Colombo actually mentioning in chat here what exactly is a drill down. So for those at home that aren't quite in on top of the vernacular of Dr. Mario here, a drill down is where you stack the the pill half up vertically, so that way when you drop it down, it's an efficient drop. It does eat up a little bit of a drop time, but it allows for players to drop everything down in that vertical fashion. Meanwhile, when we take a look over here, Adelito with just a bunch of reds in order for him to advance this board here. Interesting setup. I think he is gonna, okay, when he drops this blue down, I think he's just gonna go ahead and fire the combo. I thought it was something a little bit more elaborate, but it wasn't.
Yeah, he was really trying to hold on for that, and I did think there were some shorter, quicker plays there, but, Adelito does what Adelito does. He's out at a 649, and Dave Smith still 14 viruses left to go, but you saw the middle of that game where Dave Smith pulled ahead ever so slightly. This is gonna be a really exciting one.
Yeah, you can never count any of these players out here. So, and there's so many wild cards and so many just top level talent with this weekend here. I mean, this is the top 16. This is the championship weekend, and so you're going to be seeing a lot of players where it could go either way for any of these players, honestly. And so we got to see just that in that level 8 with this game 1 of DaveSmithSays and Adelito, and we're going to expect to see that and much more with this match and how it unfolds.
We got readies from both players. We are just about to start game 2. Of course, we have a best of 3 set, so Dave needs to win this one to give us all the Dr. Mario that we want. And we are going to have our countdown in. Go ahead, Swang.
3, 2, 1, and pills down the hatch we go with Dave Says versus Adelito, our 1 in 16 matchup here. I like how Dave Says has this setup here. If he drops that red down, he's going to be able to create that horizontal drop. He is dropping it down here with a little bit of a slight color issue going on, but it's nothing that Dave Smith says cannot handle with this early game.
hmm Adelito's got a really interesting top line here in that it's almost completely flat, and it's really difficult to deal with a flat top line when it's up high. You really want that to happen when you're at your end game and you can just have those horizontals go boom, boom, boom. But it is tough. You're going to have to take some drop time as Adelito does right now, but he's at a 7 virus advantage.
Yeah, it's always an interesting setup when you have a really high top line like that, because part of me says, maybe it's possible to to build up some platforms to create some of the more idealistic horizontal plays, but because there's so much of a space dependency on the board, it's really kind of difficult to maneuver that. But I think Adelito is recognizing that and deciding to drop everything in a more vertical fashion, which is the straightforward play. And I think that's a smart play for that. But meanwhile, Adelito needs that yellow red to advance the board here. He is going to fire that combo down, and yeah, he's going to go ahead and just fire
Uh-huh.
down because the pills were not coming his way.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Adelito. He looks like maybe he's doing some things that are confusing, but he is extremely patient. He will hold out for that pill as long as possible, and he was holding out for a double blue. You see, as soon as he drops that, it comes finally at a 129. He's out, but Dave Smith not too far behind as long as he can get the yellows swung.
If these yellows come this way, it's going to be Dave's opportunity to really pounce on this the bad RNG that took place on the Atalito side. I like how Dave has this yellow horizontal. That's a smart play to clear 2 for the price of 1. He is going to drop those yellows down. Just needs 2 more yellows to get out of here. Looking at about a 155, which is not exactly time DaveSmithSays is looking for, but like we said, no lead is safe with these matches here.
And Atalito, again, dealing with a top line that was incredibly high up to start, bringing it down. Now, columns 1 and 2 are the full ones, and 7 and 8, which is always a little bit tough because you have less real estate to work with. You're working on the sides. You can't send things left and right, only one direction, but it's looking really good for him. He is able to drill down. Hope that he gets the reds that he needs in order to make sure he doesn't have to take too much drop time.
I like how he has that red set up in that 8th column here. It's going to de-sandwich his yellows to make the reds make it allow for him to clear 3 for the price of 1 if that red comes through. He is dropping and creating ledges to prevent that drop time. Heads up play from Atalito out of the 240. His efforts were paid off for with that. And DaveSmithSays looking to create some of that. Yeah, I do like that horizontal drop, making everything nice and clear here. Dave isn't too far behind. Just needs a lot of reds to really make this a fighting game.
Yeah, and you see, ooh, I don't think that he wanted to use that red yellow there, particularly because of what was there on column 6. It's not a bad idea to keep the blue around like Dave Smith was, because if you have those blue pills that show up and no use for them, you can at least try to put them together in a way that garbage will fall and land nicely. But it is a little bit tough for him, especially as Adelito is plowing his way through this level 8.
Yes, indeed.
Timmy!
Oh, I missed it there. I missed it there. I apologize. Discord had the worst opportunity to update on me, and I was like, "Uh-oh, did I lose connection?" But it looks to me like that is not the case, thankfully. We're looking down at the board here, and Dave looking like he is going to drop. Yeah, I do like that horizontal clearing it out with those reds over there. Is going to drop that red down over here. He just needs. I see. The problem with his reds is that he has 3 underneath, and he can't really use those blues at a prime opportunity here. So he is probably going to clear out the, I guess at this point, yeah, he's going to go vertical on that here, which is not really what he wants to do here.
Mhm. Yeah, but wow. Adelito is almost out of this level 8, and Dave just got out of his level 7. So this is going to be probably a foregone conclusion there for Adelito. But wow, anything really close to 4 minutes or under 4 minutes is an amazing time.
Yes, indeed, absolutely. I think the gold standard out of excellent swim by Dave, taking that double blue all the way to the leftmost side here. But yeah, I think the gold standard with a lot of these levels, especially out of that level 8 going into 9, is about a 430-ish, and Adelito was well underneath that. That's going to be a possible hot time territory, barring no disasters here. But looking at this top line, Adelito with mostly reds on his board here. Luckily, getting red pill halves to get that, and looking at Dave's side, also red disaster going on as well here. This is 2 similar stories with what we're seeing here.
Yeah, but wow. Adelito's board is what we often love to call speedrunner's delight. Look at all those doubles there. Nice build up to that horizontal. He's building, looks like he's building another one, but he definitely needs red, as you said, just as Dave does over there. Although Dave's situation a little bit easier, and column 3 is going to be a beautiful drop down. There it goes.
I see what Dave's planning up there. He's cooking up a double red, and if it comes up, and a double red, commentator's blessing. We're going to see it drop down.
Let's
If he
go.
didn't drop those blues earlier, he would have had a really cool, maybe a 6-chain combo going through. But he cleared up anyways to really advance the board. And, that's the magic that you see what DaveSmithSays with his combos and elaborate play there.
Mhm. And still plowing his way through this level is Atalito. Notice dropping down there, going to create a horizontal there with those yellows. And there he goes. He gets it. Would love a red yellow to finish out that level, but he is going to make sure he gets the sub 6 time out at a 5:54.
Ooh,
So
fantastic
GG's.
time.
Yeah.
Man, I mean that's borderline hot time territory over there. It's really fantastic play, but we know when players put up borderline hot times or hot times, it's